All right, so the time has come. I am trying to get my car ready for competition. I have competition in 2.5 weeks, and May 1st, first competition of the year, and I've been kind of a busy girl. So I just got back a few weeks ago from Georgia, which I was filming a Netflix show. Of course, I can't give the details and blah, 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 but it turned into a downright demolition derby. Of course, it was not said that it was gonna be that. And it turned out to be a lot more than I expected. It was absolutely fun. I had such a blast being able to drive the way I did, and I cannot wait for you guys to see the footage. It's gonna be really good. But the car took a lot of hits, and so now I have to repair it. The other thing that happened was, so I ended up jumping the car completely unplanned, jumped it twice, and didn't realize it at the time, but it wasn't until like a week later where my back started hurting. My crotch went numb, my legs were going numb, and all sorts of things. So I do have back issues already. I broke my back a couple years ago, had surgery, and that whole gamut. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna be good. I'm just gonna take a couple weeks off and everything will be fine. So over the past weekend, I tried to tear the Z apart and honestly only got through 2 arms in the front the entire weekend, which normally I could have had the entire car pulled apart and put back together by the weekend, but that didn't happen. So I have a laundry list of things to do, and I'm really, really hoping that I make it. At this point, I don't know if I will. There is just way too much. I have to send out the coilovers. One of the coilovers is actually bent. And that's what we're gonna work on tonight, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it, to be honest. Brad's car is actually going as well. He's not competing, but he's just gonna be going to have fun. And I'm gonna be actually hosting like a little get together at the cabins at the competition too. So that should be fun, but let's get back to the car. This is what the garage looks like right now. It's not that bad. Car is a little torn apart, but not a whole lot. There's just kind of things everywhere. Oh God. Okay. Okay, I don't know if you're actually gonna be able to see this or not, but let's see. No. Can you guys see that? A little bit. That shaft right there is a little bent. The arm ended up rubbing on it, and it's bent. So this one for sure I knew was bent, was on the other side. So that shaft right there is definitely bent, and you know, it's not that noticeable and it's not that crazy, but now that that's definitely a weak point in the coilover, I don't want to be running that, of course, because I do run it pretty hard on track. I just don't want it to further damage and like bend and, you know, do whatever on track and potentially hurt me or the car. So I contacted Frank at KW, told him what was going on, told him I just got back from the show. And so he said, why don't you send both of them just in case, because it sounds like you got hit, you know, a good amount. Tonight, I need to take off the other side. I wasn't planning on taking this guy off, so the arms and everything else are still connected, but I think it'll be better to send both of them off anyways. So let's get this off tonight, send it off to KW. So the entire beginning of this video, it didn't even come to mind that there was no microphone. So I'm sorry if it sounds horrible. I won't know until I go into editing. But now I got the microphone, and now I can act like I know what I'm doing, even though I don't know what I'm doing. So we're gonna take this KW off, and then we have to strip it. One of the things is, so when we send in the KW, we have to strip the whole thing, and it has to just be the bare dampers. So removing the top mount, the springs, and anything else, like the collars and all that, all of it has to go. The whole 5 minutes of this is just gonna be me struggling to try to get this cotter pin out, because apparently cotter pins are like very difficult for me. Like seriously, don't laugh. I'm gonna go ahead and just speed this guy up. All right, so I also decided for S's and G's, I'm just gonna time myself. Now, mind you, I am still not 100% better. My back is still pretty much hurting, and I'm not moving at lightning speed like I normally am. So keep that in mind and don't judge too much. But why not time myself? Here we go. so I just saw something. All right, when I take it off, you'll be able to see it. Looks like the powder coat came right off the compression rod. And so I'm assuming the lower control arm was kind of rubbing up against it. I'm hoping that there's nothing else that's bent because I really don't have anything for this side. Oh, I need to stop talking because I'm on a timer. Whoops. I'll tell you guys later. I mean, I can talk and work at the same time, I think. Am I really that talented? Not really. Okay. I have to remember how I did this. All right, so we're gonna take off this end link first. Okay, I gotta say, first of all, I am not an expert by any means. So when you see me working on the car, I am pretty much just going off whatever knowledge, aka YouTube, that I've seen. I don't have a whole lot of working knowledge. Okay, so I'm not an expert on this. I just try my hardest and just do whatever research I can to make sure I'm doing what I do correctly. But sometimes, yeah. So just take that with a grain of salt. Twenty-seven minutes and 24 seconds to take off the coilover. Okay, I know that's super long, but...
Well, it's arm, what, both arms?
Yeah, so to take off lower control arm, compression rod, and the coilover.
That's good.
Yes, and I had a little bit of an issue with the lower control arm being stuck, so like a good 20 minutes there. 27 minutes to get this guy off. I'm pretty sure I can do a lot better than that, but I'll take it. All right, so now we need to strip the dampers, or strip them down to just the dampers. So take off this top mount and take off, what else? Top mount, springs, and collars, and whatever else. Let's see if this thing is bent. It doesn't look like it rubbed anywhere like the other one. The other one had like this huge mark that was rubbing from the arm. Like this one doesn't look bent. All right, so whether it's bent or not, I'm gonna send both of them in and have KW take a look at them and go from there. So let's take these top mounts out, which are super gross, and clean these bad boys up and ship them out. Brad is also in the garage. He's working on the Mustang. Brad's gonna be going to Chuckwalla as well. He's not competing that day, but he'll do a track event that day. And so he's getting the Mustang ready. So he's just kind of in the garage listening to me ramble on to you all and guiding me because, I mean, like, it would suck to get like a spring to the face or something. God, now I go through the painful process of figuring out what is the size. I need to, oh wow, that was fast. So the really awkward part for me has been when I'm working on my car, since I can't hold things like with the same strength because it feels like I can't even hold like a damn wrench sometimes. Like figuring out how I'm gonna hold things and like work on them is a struggle right now. It's real. Really well. Here we go. So it's a bare damper. We got everything off it. We're gonna do the same thing in the next one and then clean them up so they don't think we're just some savages. Okay, I kind of disassembled the other coilover on the floor and I figured maybe somebody wants to see the disassembly of one. So, so the coilover I have for the front are the Club Sports. I started off with the V3s and then we switched over to the Club Sports. So, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and disassemble this guy and then we're good to go to ship.
All right, so disassembled the entire thing, and this is where you can see that it was rubbing on the arm. I don't know if you can see it. Other than that, it looks like it's pretty good shape. It just, it's definitely bent on the bottom there, but other than that, first glance, nothing seems out of place, but I am also not a coilover expert, so. Sound about right?
Coilovers are out of the car and ready to ship. Considering it is like about 11 o'clock at night, we're probably gonna wait to ship them tomorrow. But I'm going to have to ship them overnight because hopefully they will be back in time for competition. Thing is, if they have everything they need in their warehouse in Clovis, which is in like Central California, then we're good to go, most likely. But if they have to order anything and it comes out from Germany, then we're kind of screwed because the lead time is going to be forever. We're just going to hope that it'll come back. I'll keep you guys updated. Next things to go on the car, the camber arms, like just a bunch of suspension stuff is just broken. So we need to change that out. But some of the funner things are like front bumper, rear bumper. Now, front bumper, I don't think we're going to do in carbon, but the rear bumper we're doing in carbon. And we're actually using a brand new mold that we've never used before that used to be for Nissan race teams. And so we're going to try it out and see how it goes. It is flare, so it is wide bodied just a tad. Nothing in my car is wide body except for the quarter panels are plus 10 millimeter. So it's going to be very interesting. We're going to have to figure out like what the fit is going to be like and all that. So we're going to head to Spinnaker. Probably tomorrow. I'll probably head to Spinnaker. Spinnaker Composites is actually who does all the carbon on the car. So I'm going to head over there and we are going to start looking at the mold and see. Brad, who's the owner of Spinnaker, who is also my boyfriend, he is pretty pressed for time right now just because there's a whole lot of orders for race cars and things like that that are there. So if I want this bumper, I'm pretty much going to have to put in a ton of work to get it. So that should be fun though. And stressful at the same time. All right, guys, excited that the coilovers are out of the car. We're one step closer to getting this car ready for competition. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you'll be there. Peace out.